So the entire Angel Reese thing is mental. It's absolutely mental. Like, this happened hours and hours ago. I genuinely did not think this was going to happen. I didn't think it was going to happen publicly. And this just sums it up. This sums it up when it comes to Angel Reese, where it's like, this is now a situation where I understand holding the team accountable, and I understand doing this behind closed doors, but doing this publicly is just torpedoing a locker room. I actually applaud Angel Reese for putting pressure on her front office, but I don't applaud how she has done it. And if you want to say, oh, but like they could have done something last season, what could they have done last season? She wanted players that have, won championships and are competing, and they brought in Ariel Atkins. They got rid of their pick for Ariel Atkins. And she's essentially said, you're all shit other than Camilla. And ironically, net rating wise, Angel and Camilla is not a good combo. They clearly won't ever win playing together. And she's actually trying to get rid of the entire team. When I mean this when I say this, Hailey Van Lith stinks. She absolutely stinks. Rachel Banham's fine as your 10th player. Beck Allen's good. Beck Allen's good as your worst starter. Good bench player. Ariel Atkins is a starter on a championship winning team level player. Ariel Atkins is super. So I'm just trying to think, like, they just need a guard. They need a guard, and they were set on Courtney Vandersloot. And she essentially just said, yeah, we can't expect Courtney Vandersloot to come back. And they sucked with Courtney Vandersloot. They suck without Courtney Vandersloot. They suck with Angel Reese. They suck without Angel Reese. They do suck significantly less with Angel Reese than without Angel Reese. I will say that. They suck significantly less with her than without her. But, like, she's the 1A, 1B with Ariel Atkins. Camila Cardoso. There is a correlation between Camila Cardoso's point. Like, the problem with Camila Cardoso is there's a direct correlation between her points and winning. And this is the thing where it's like, if she's not putting up big stats, she is a net negative for the team. Whereas in Angel's defense, she can still be a huge impact player without putting up big stats. Whereas Camilla has to put up big stats, otherwise she brings nothing because she gives up 20 points on the defensive end. But you've seen this from Front Office Sports. This is from Annie Costable, an actual, journalist who's being hired for jobs because of it. But said, talking about two-time Courtney Vandersloot, Reese said the team needs someone a little younger and willing to compete for a championship and has done it before. How many starting level point guards have won championships? So let's go back. That is younger. Chelsea Gray is younger than Sloot, but she can't really move. Then we go back to 2021, where it's Courtney Vandersloot. So 2024 is Breanna. She's going nowhere. You go back to 2021, it's Courtney Vandersloot. 2020, you got Steward. Like 2019. Who the fuck was 2019? Is that Ariel Atkins? I kid you not. Is that Ariel Atkins that started for the Washington Mystics? Was it Ariel Atkins that started for the Mystics at the one? Or Kira Leslie? Could it have been Kira Leslie? I need to just check a box score to see who started that game. The Mystics against the Connecticut Sun. The box scores aren't even there. But I'm trying to just see if I can find assists. Oh, sorry, Natasha Cloud. So basically, Natasha Cloud is the only player. Sorry, I was looking through the rosters and completely missed that Natasha Cloud was there. They had Natasha Cloud. Natasha Cloud obviously was the starting point guard. But, like, guards that are younger that have won championships. Cloud's not leaving the Liberty. She's not going to leave New York. Natasha Cloud would be a good player to have beside Angel Reese. I assume she's not talking about the point fraud. Because Chelsea Gray just makes hard passes look good. But obviously it says here, Leondella and Sylvia Fowles were two of the first franchise stars to force their way out. 2021 Finals MVP Kat Copper was another. Marina Mabry forced a mid-season trade. Now Angel Reese is publicly expressing her dissatisfaction with state of the franchise. Unlike all those players, all who had championship experience except Mabry Reese took direct swings at her teammates and coach. I'd like to be here for my career, but things don't pan out. Obviously, I might have to move in a different direction, but I do what's best for me. But while I'm here, I'm going to try stay open-minded while I have about what I have here and maximize that as much as I can. From there, Reese dissected the Sky's roster, calling us specific teammates by name. She's quoted multiple times saying we need great players, and a source told front office supports that she wants Marsh to coach the team harder, which is fair, which is actually fair enough. She questioned whether veteran guard Courtney Vandersloot was capable of returning to form. At the age she's after tearing her ACL 7 games in the season, she went on to say, we need someone probably a little bit younger with some experience, someone who's been playing the game and is willing to compete with championship and has done it before. There's one player that exists currently in this league, because if you go back to 2017, you're looking, are you looking at Lindsay Whalen? Was she there in 2017? But I know in 2018 is Sue Bird, 2019, Natasha Cloud, she's the only player that exists and is actually potentially available because Sabrina's going nowhere. 2020 was Sue Bird, 2021 is Sloot, 2022 and 2023 is Chelsea Gray. She's either going, she can't move. That doesn't help anything. So the player she is asking for there is exactly one player that she is talking about. And if she's talking about backups, there ain't no backup on any of those teams. Backup point guard on any of those teams. Ironically, if you're looking at the best backup point guard on any of those teams is, guess who? Fucking Sloot. But according to the report, Reese said she doesn't believe her teammates Rachel Banham or Hayley Van Lith are capable of leading a playoff team. Yeah, no shit. I mean that, no shit, obviously. Guard Ariel Atkins is another player on Sky's roster with WNBA championship experience. Ariel Atkins is as good as Angel Reese. If she has a problem with Ariel Atkins, then this doesn't make any sense. We are aware of what Marsh said. We're addressing it in-house currently speaking. That's where we'll stay, right? Multiple sources told Front Office Sports the entire team has seen Reese's comments that teammates are unhappy with direct attacks. A team meeting is planned at which players are expected to address Reese directly. Sky undoubtedly have issues of franchise. They were pegging the Athletics Anonymous players posed the worst from franchise in the league. Ownership was years behind the facilities arms race, and they finally committed, yada, yada. Their new facility, it is what it is. So let's keep scrolling. It says here, Reese believes the team needs to be overhauled this offseason around just two solidified pieces, herself and Camila Cardoso. One of the biggest things is the Sky need to choose one or the other. The Sky need to choose one or the other. Neither of them will be at their best with the other. Like, we've seen how good Alyssa Thomas has been without. And by the way, I mean this when I say this. Alyssa Thomas's two best seasons in her career were 2020 this season where she's in an MVP race, and 2023 where she was in the MVP race. Ironically, the seasons where she didn't play with Bree Jones clogging the paint. Bree Jones clogging the paint has been an issue for Alyssa Thomas. And if you want to turn Angel Reese into an Alyssa Thomas type player, you need players to spread the floor. You need to go out and pay whatever it takes to get Azure or Alana Smith. That's the player you need. Fuck Camila Cardoso if you want to build around Angel Reese. Or if you want to build around Camila Cardoso, tell Angel Reese to go pack her bags. And like, Angel Reese just tanked her trade value as well by this. She's absolutely tanked her trade value because she has shown teams, if it's not going well, she will be a locker room cancer. But multiple WNBA execs who spoke to front office where characterized Reese's comments on her teammates as unprecedented. While conversation about roster constructions and necessary changes happen frequently internally, it's rare for a player to air them publicly. Reese's motor, rebounding, defense have been heralded by executives and coaches across the league. Multiple league sources of front office sports, their view is that some franchises will weigh her skills on the court against her conduct off of it. In Chicago, Reese has handled the keys of a losing franchise. Sky went 13-27 in her rookie year, failing to make the playoffs for the first time in 6 years. In fairness, they were meant to be worse, but Kennedy Carter dragged them out of it. Albeit Angel was fantastic. Up to a point. She was fantastic through about 20 games. Then I thought she had a really bad end of the season. And I'll say it with the with Angel, honestly. I think Angel's been really good this year. There's a belief among some sources that Angel's future in Chicago may not be reparable. Angel showed commitment to wanting to be here. No, she hasn't. She basically wants you to be fired and everybody to be fired other than Camilla. She's Dwight Merrick. She's Dwight Merrick. She's literally Dwight Merrick. And the problem is that this is a entire franchise problem. It's not a Tyler Marsh problem. Like, Tyler Marsh, I don't think Tyler Marsh is the greatest coach in the world. I don't think he's the worst coach in the world. I actually don't think he's a bad coach at all. I don't know if he's a head coach. if he's the greatest head coach in the world, but like this team is still absolutely in the same situation as they're in with like they're in the exact same situation as they're in right now with Teresa Weatherspoon. Like they're in the exact same situation, and if you think it's any different, they're like their team has been a mess injury wise. They have no point guard, and like yeah, they were better last season, but they had Kennedy Carter last season. They had one of the 5 best guards in the WNBA. They had a player that you could legitimately have argued through 2/3 of the season was the best CC in the WNBA. Obviously, towards the end of the season, like towards the end of the season, you couldn't really argue that. Caitlin absolutely, yeah, like took over. Like she was clearly the best CC, but like that's how good Kennedy Carter was. That there was a point coming into the All-Star break where there was an actual conversation. But yes, obviously we saw the Caitlin Clark. We saw the entire Caitlin Clark thing, that she just became the best player in the league post All-Star break. Not guard in the league, she was the best player in the league post All-Star break. And yeah, it's an interesting situation now for Angel Reese. Like, one, they have a game today, which is going to be hilarious to watch. It's going to be absolutely hilarious to watch. And I wanted to go to bed. Like, I wanted an early night, but this game's going to be on in like 15 minutes. So I'm definitely watching it. I'm definitely watching this game.